Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Want to thank you for joining me this evening. I am honored to have Michele MacArthur joining me this evening. We have been connected through Sandra Evans. We are producers on the Sandra TV network, and we are excited to be here today because she is just going to give us a little bit more insight into her and what her message is that she feels is very important when it comes to live streaming, having a show, what that all entails. So we are honored to have Michele at this time. And first, before we get into a lot of those questions, we're going to give Michele the opportunity to introduce herself before we get into the interview.
Well, thank you, Lachelle. Thank you so much. This has been just so exciting to know that I get to be on America's SuperMom and be the special guest for the special lady, because you are a super lady.
Thank you.
Just Christ-driven, and just the many hats that you wear. I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm. All to the glory of God. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Well, just to all the listeners and all your viewers out there, when people ask me who I am, it is one of those things that I get to say that I am a compassionate servant, a strong, resilient woman of clarity, and a believer of second chances. My name's Michele MacArthur, and I am the founder and CEO for a hospitality, health, and wellness consulting company called MacArthur Accommodations. We are about helping people just rest, recharge, and renew their self. I'm also the president for Holistic Herbal Health, and that is a natural medicine, Chinese herbal medicine with world-class aromatherapy teas and aromatherapies. And together we just are about creating immunity for life in the people with just healing yourself inside out. So that's just what I do. Everything about my journey is just like you, Lachelle, is Christ-driven. I'm here for a purpose. Through my own health and my own journey of struggles that I got to see at a crossroad when I was 22, a few moons ago. My life just changed, all for the best. And all of our needs, I like to say at MacArthur Accommodation, all of our needs are occasions for blessings. The more needs, the more blessings.
I love that. I love that. Now, so talk to us about how you happen to get connected with Sandra and having that, as another avenue for you to pretty much share your ministry.
Sandra and I met. I know that we had probably several years ago, decades ago or whatever, when I was in the hospitality industry. I know that her and I connected, and right before the pandemic, there was a couple of events. I was doing a project for one of the world-class restaurants in the North Dallas area, Brazilian and Argentinian churrascaria, 12 Cuts. If you're in the area, drop by. But right before I was doing that, I got to meet her at a couple of just interacting and networking. And it was just God to the glory. It's like, hey, this is, I want to know more about you and just how can we help each other and just seeing Jesus. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, and usually I'm just about sharing my story of who I am and why I'm here, why I'm still alive. But Sandra is a beautiful lady, and all of the producers out there and people that need to interact with Sandra TV Network, it is the new way for streaming, especially while we're in this pandemic.
I love that, and I'm over here. I'm like the behind the scenes director doing everything while we're on the broadcast because I have to send it out, to the different platforms. So that's what I was doing. But so talk to us a little bit about this story. My journey begins through a time of depression and being hospitalized for that, but, overcoming that. We all have different things that kind of get our attention, so to speak. You're going through life, thinking you're minding your own business, and boom, you have this major life altering experience that sets you on a new path. So talk to us about, a little bit about your story and, that got you to where you are today.
Sure, I definitely. And let me just tell you, I got to listen to some of your broadcast on your story, and it's powerful. It is really powerful. All of us have a journey. I'll just start by saying that, whether it might be emotional, physical, mental, or spiritual, or some, as I say to many that will hear my own story, some of us are blessed and graced with all of the above. Mental illness in the brain, the mental and emotional, it's the one that people don't see. You can hide behind that mask and the smile, but I like to bring more awareness, even when you're talking about that, is for people just to really look into the eyes that goes into the soul, because sometimes you can see sadness and you can see hurt in somebody's eyes, just in the way they're vibrant and their energy, and just reading that, because you never know, that person that obviously now we're masked up and you don't see, but just simple, kind gestures. So my journey is back in 1989, a few years ago. I was just at the start of my life, young, 20-some years old, we'll say, starting my life and ready to see what I was going to do. School, getting married, partying, just whatever. And I got sick. And I was working for Marriott and just starting my career with Marriott in the hospitality industry, and got really sick. I mean, I went into work one day, my eyes were black, my hands were black, elbows, and I said, I don't feel so good. And people were looking at me like, something's wrong. Something's really wrong with this person. So fast forward, I went in and had to do this test and got into a neurologist. And each of the doctors, Western medicine, looked at me the same way, like there was death.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had to have needles that were about this big going into intramuscular to do these EMTs, the muscular, to go into the bone, most painful thing.
Oh, goodness.
And it was diagnosed with, at that time, they really didn't know what it is. Today, it is one of the muscular dystrophies with an overlap of erythematosus lupus, called dermatomyositis. An inflammation of the skin and muscle. For all the medical people that might be listening, my CPK was over 5,000. A normal person is 200, under 200. And so with that, it just kind of progressed. The doctor's beautiful Jewish doctor said, you got two choices because this is, very serious. And you can do steroids or chemo. And just being a PK, preacher's kid, I was like, no, I got three, as I'm really trying to wrap myself around what's going on here. Obviously they're telling me I'm about to die, and I told my doctor, if the Lord's calling me, I'm ready, whatever it might be. And that just went through. I did 14 years of pharmaceuticals, 100 milligrams of prednisone steroids a day. Anybody might know what those are, might not even know what that is very, very intense. And that part right there was shutting down every single one of my organs. And I had side effects and reactions to every single one of the pharmaceuticals just because my body was sensitive. So about 14 years after trying this pharmaceutical route, and making big pharma and all the medical big circle, lots of money, I started really looking into my own healing, eating right, exercising, herbal medicines, and cleansing my body. And that was my road to back in 1999, just really starting to cleanse out. And while I still have, good and bad days, From time to time, I'm going to prance out in some heels, maybe some stilettos, not too much, but for the most part, I'm in my Pilates outfit and just regular clothes. But it's been a complete lifestyle change. And that's where it has put me to where I got to be stuck in this herbal clinic and memorizing stuff. And obviously that goes into tongue and pulse diagnostics. And so tongue and pulse diagnostics is about talking about the tongue. When you look at the tongue, it talks about what is your inner healing, and your tongue just really tells what's going on in your body. And that's like a lot of baby boomers, they're used to the wooden stick that their doctor used to go and look at their tongue, but it goes to the organs. And then in Chinese medicine, it talks about the pulses, and not the pulse like, your heart rate, but the pulses in Chinese medicine has 6 pulses on each side, and on the top, and then it goes into the organs, and it really talks about what's helping. And complementing that, of course, with Western medicine and blood tests and everything, it is about getting healthy. But that's pretty much, in a nutshell, my story of my why. And so and it was just through that, by the grace of sweet Jesus, I had many angels that the Lord sent to me through various times of my life. And I went through journeys of good and bad doctors, not knowing what was wrong with me, telling me there was nothing wrong with me, having reactions that I was depressed, I was sad, I was, whatever it might be. And as that, I went through going, okay, what is it? And I went to school and tried to learn. I did papers for my own therapy. I did an argumentative writing paper on the story of, good and bad doctors, just going through different aspects of it and living my life with a double autoimmune. I've always been like, okay, putting a mask over, I can't be around cigarette smoke, or if there's anything or anything that might be strong chemical or whatever, because I'm very sensitive to making sure that I can't get sick. Okay, if you're going to sneeze, please do this. Please do. Wipe down, and going into public bathrooms was like, I couldn't do it because I could get sick. And if I got sick, my, the autoimmune goes in and the CPK goes, and my body started attacking, and not just the of the deterioration, but your heart, your lungs, your larynx, all of these are muscles. And so sometimes when people will hear me, it's like, oh man, her voice is quivering. And yeah, it's like the deterioration is there because of this, but it's who I am today. And I'm here because I get to talk, quivering voice or not. Sometimes, if I can sing or not, I can lift my hands or not. I might not be able to stand up, but whatever it might be, it's about telling a story to people that are out there. And, when this pandemic hit, it was like nothing to me, because I was like, oh, I've lived my life in a bubble. What, we get to be secluded? I just looked around going, oh, what can I do here? And I just got to really, evaluate and look inward. All right, now what can I do and how? And many times, we've all seen that people in this pandemic, people have the fight or flight reaction. Fight or flight is either they are in attack mode to grab everything they have, or they're the ones that are like, what can I do? How can I help? And just giving. And it was, very learning. And I just went inward and just like, what am I going to do? What do I need to do? And that was when, I was pretty much interacting with Sandra a lot and saying, I need to speak. And another beautiful friend, Tiara, she's like, speak that movement. It was about speak out. And I told my God story back in 2017, did the class with Roaring Lambs to do my God story and really speak out. But so I posted it. I posted it and said, whatever the Lord wants me to do. Hospitality has taken a hit. Okay. What can I do in the health and wellness? That where can I be? And that's pretty much what it's been about for me, is helping people. And, you know, like when we started, we all have something. It doesn't matter what it might be. For me, people didn't, you know, just like for you, and I battled with depression as well. You know, it's hard when you have an illness and people look at you and go, what's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with you. Or they may bully you. They may try to intimidate you, or, you know, being abusive or whatever it might be that they don't see on the front. And I'm very passionate about, you know, those people that, you know, speaking up, that need to have a voice, because they don't have the voice, and not having that voice is then what's the worst case? It ends up because people get stuck or they don't know where to go. And then suicide comes in, or murder, or whatever might be. And that's just where us in our society today, it's like really about helping people.
That's phenomenal. So, you know, we have people that are on today, and let's give a shout out to Sandra. She is on and saying, you rock. And Tori Don is saying she's so proud of you. We got Terry, who's on. And, you know, I think this is a place where there's a lot of people that are in this place, you know, for whatever reason. And, you know, we can see that, okay, we might have health issues, or, you know, we might have finances, or, you know, our job. But then you add on the pressure of a global pandemic. So there are people that are in that spot that you may have been in. What advice would you give them? Because, you know, their outlook is dismal. You know, they're looking like, hey, I don't see it getting any better. Then we got these elections and racial divide and all this. So what advice would you tell them about persevering and moving forward?
Well, you know, I'm sure, you know, the listeners out there, they're going to be from all religious beliefs, that, you know, like that, and it doesn't really matter. For me, as we started, you know, my is Jesus and the gift of everlasting life. But, you know, with all the catastrophic storms and, you know, in weather, the racial tensions, these, you know, the pandemic, with all these illnesses that are happening, that it's just not just Corona, but people that are having real life, and they may be at their, or financial distresses, or divorce, or death. Any of that, it may be the worst of the worst, but we don't know how a person really reacts. It could be that they are just, you know, the way the dog was, or the way they react and what their triggers are. They're not alone. Find, you know, surround yourself with the people that love you, that are going to uplift you. Separate yourself. Dr. Townsend says a great word: de-invest. Separate yourself from the ones that are, you know, that are toxic for you, and the ones that are toxic for you, you know, just be around that positivity, and put it around your house, put it around in music, in biblical scriptures, and exercise, eating healthy, because sugar is the #1 toxic invader. And, you know, I saw some of your shows about what we eat is who we are. And just really try to be uplifting, and find that inner something of what that journey is, and that struggle that you have, and use it to help somebody else. Because there's nothing more that is more therapeutic than helping someone from your own journey. Just like you're doing, just like for me, it's like, okay, these are the areas that I'm in to be able to help. And the Lord will send you people. He will send you the ones that you need to be helping. And so that's something that I can tell the listeners out there.
That is awesome. And, you know, I love the fact that you're saying, you know, we have to be proactive about this. You know, there's so many people that say, oh, you know what, I want a better life. And they think because they say it, they believe it, that it's just going to happen, like, oh, you're going to wake up and everything's going to be okay. But it is that conscious effort that you have to do that a lot of people just think is happening. So even just this journey with live stream TV, for example, it's about really taking the time to invest and recognize that you may have a story. You're going to have to do something different against the grain of what everybody else is doing. So what things do you do in your daily routine that helps you be mindful of being proactive rather than reactive?
And, it's not easy. It's not easy when you've got, attacks coming at you, or people, or an elderly mother, or, learning where you're going. And each time I call it like peeling out that onion. It happens to us in different times of our life. So things are not going to be easy, but always put yourself in. When I wake up in the morning, and I'm not perfect, my close inner family will probably be the first to say, yeah, and all the faults, right? But, I try at first in the morning is just to give my gratitude and to have a quiet time with the Lord and ask, because my big thing is, here I am, Lord, send me where you want me to go, and how you want me to serve you, to be that good and faithful servant and steward. But with that is to have that quiet time just before starting the day. There's been some great, I think Tina Torres has her gratitude. Start your day with gratitude and listening. I like to start my day with list, stretching. I go through kind of like, cleaning my kitchen as I'm clearing the clutter out of my head for the morning. And making my tea. I'll do my herbal medicines and eat something healthy. And then I just chop down to being on the phone, going through my day, busy, however that might be. I always allocate some time, and I block off time for chaos and emergencies, because that way you never know. A mom of 15, I'm sure, right? I only have one, right? I can't imagine. But during my corporate world of the chaos in the hotels, luxury hotels, and you just allow for that. If none of them happen, or the monkey thing, you throw, monkeys come on you throw them back, and you delegate. And when the fires aren't there, then take a moment to clear through emails, whatever it might be. I love to, I rise with the sunrise. And at the sunset, either I would take a swim. Right now, it's getting a little bit cooler in the Dallas Metroplex, and go, take the dogs for a walk. In the evening, then I might do a couple of other things with helping patients, getting orders ready, helping them put together therapy formulas that they might need. And then I end my day with stretching. And it's either a hot bath in the evening and a nice shower in the morning, because it relaxes the muscles from the muscle disease. And that's my day.
I love that. Now, one of the things I'm sorry, I am a mother of 15. Today has been a crazy day, y'all. I just can't even tell you. But we were talking before how we started recording. I was doing a panel interview. Well, it was interview format with 6 people, and my kids just start screaming and yelling. And I'm like, what is going on? We're all in the same room. Normally they're quiet with their headphones on. We had a scorpion in the house. So I'm like, well, we just can't have a scorpion during a normal time when nothing's going on. It has to be during the time when I'm on a Facebook Live doing.
Oh my goodness! And you're in Georgia, right?
So it was crazy. So now my son's coming in here making a bunch of noise, but say la vie, right?
Enjoy those moments. It's like, enjoy the mommy wooks moments, because you can't take them back. And if there's anything that I regret, that I didn't do enough, because just trying to provide for my family and having an illness and having my miracle. My baby is my miracle. I prayed for like Hannah to have a baby because they told me I couldn't, I wouldn't, I was going to kill me, I was going to kill the baby, blah, blah, blah. She's 24.
Amen.
And, you know, but you can't go back on those mommy woods.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like, I looked, I think when she was 18, and there was this beautiful tea set, redwood, whatever, that I was saving for that great time. And it just brought me to tears. It brought me to my knees going, Victoria, we didn't have that tea set. We didn't use it. I think it's a little late, Mom. And I'm like, so savor those moments, whether you're on camera or not.
Yeah, so true. I appreciate that. Yeah, I have a daughter named Victoria also. Yeah, so now being in the hospitality industry, you could give a lot of the viewers some insight on, you know, what it means to be hospitable, you know, as they build their business and think about ways that they can connect and create relationships, which are very important during this time right now as we work on rebuilding or creating a new normal, so to speak. So what advice would you give some entrepreneurs or business owners about ways that they can, you know, be thoughtful, stand out amongst the competition, you know, with their clients?
One of the things that I would probably say is that, you know, one, the hospitality industry, tourism in general, took a big hit. I mean, one of the big ones. And I've got a lot of friends and loved ones and that was their life, in their DNA. It's still in my DNA, along with health and wellness, which is why I get to coach and counsel and consult people in that. But hospitality is all around. It's in medical. It is in every field. So even my you know, colleagues and friends that are in the hospitality industry, it doesn't matter what industry that you go in, it is all over. And it's about just treating another person with utmost kindness. And while it doesn't matter what political party you're part of, it doesn't matter what culture you're part of, what religious belief you're part of, what racial, as far as race that you're part of, or you know, what your gender is. None of this matters. As far as it's about, for me, it's like we're all souls. We're all souls, and we're all people, and we have to treat one another. And especially during this time, like I said, people have that fight or flight, attack or love. We really need to be there for those people. It's not it is how we treat each other. And you know, it's the cliche of the golden rule. But one of the organizations that I am so proud to be an ambassador for is called Dallas Professional Women. And one of the big mottos is not about competing. You know, women by nature want to be in competition, or, you know, who is, or the jealous or whatever. No, it's about uplifting. It's about uplifting, and I got you, girl, whatever you need, and supporting and just inspiring. And that's what it is about. So, for those people, it's just really, you know, be strong and know that you're not there alone, and allow the people that are around you that are uplifting to support you. And then sit back and see the times that you're able to do the same for them, because it's very invigorating. And if the jobs are, go with your passion. Go with your passion for what? Because if this pandemic has taught anybody anything, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. Obviously, some of them that have taken a hit, but go with your passion. Life's too short. You know, for me, Jesus is coming soon. So, and I'm in the, you know, latter part. You know, when I hit 50, you know, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? This is my life. I'm going to make a difference. And for those people who are like, it's too hard, it's too this, just do it. Just go and make a difference, and do what makes you happy, and be able to set lists and set goals and do those. I used to tell the people that reported to me, make your 30, 60, 90-day goals. Make your 1 year, 5 year, and 10-year goal down the line of what you want to do and make it happen, because there will be people around you all over. I mean, from SBH, for small business owners, to SCORE, I think, and to Terry was on there. Entrepreneurs on the Move is another organization. There's organizations out there to help right now. It's not about the money. Obviously, the money, we all need money. We need to pay bills, put food on the table. But it's also about helping one another.
So true. I love that. And, a lot of the things that we can do to help, they don't even cost anything. If you see someone doing a Facebook Live, share it. Like you see us doing this YouTube video, share it.
That's right.
It's just things just to show your support. So, in closing, I would say, how important is it with your environment and the people that are around you? You have overcome some tremendous obstacles, and you are a light to other people around you. So how important is it in your situation with being around the right people?
It is, it's everything. Because like for me, people will say too, well, wait, you're in this health and wellness, it's about healing and everything. Not everybody, as far as we all have our thorns and journeys, and we get to embrace and accept what we have and what our limitations are. I'm very passionate about helping people with disabilities, because me having my own disabilities and knowing what it was like when I had a walker trying to get through a door and people were running in front of me, slamming the door, and then also seeing a 3-year-old daughter of mine go, wait, let me see, wait, what just happened? And me struggling because I couldn't. So that is everything. But if you don't have your mental health and the clarity, and that's kind of where, with the herbal medicines and the diet and health, creating that mental health and the positivity. It's you have to be positive. You have to be uplifted. If you're around people that are putting you down, if you're around people that are making fun of you, or even just saying things that they might not mean. One, they're either really hurting, and they're hurting so bad that they're reacting and attacking you and not realizing it, or that's just who they are. And right now, while we are in domestic violence, it's really, really important. Tomorrow, I'm speaking on a women's health platform. It's free for anybody that wants to see on my social media, for domestic violence, because you need to be able to be strong and say, this is not okay. And just be positive and be around. And once you are, and you're around that positivity, it's like freeing. It's like all this here. And, my scripture is, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. For speakers out there, find your scripture if you don't have it. I hold that one on one shoulder, and then on the other shoulder, I've got my daughter's, which is 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your worries and care to me at his feet.
Amen.
So carry it and care and take care of it for you, because worrying is a sin, and just allow it. And that's my biggest sin, is worry and stress, and just giving it to and just letting it go, and surrounding. And when you feel down and it's hard, it's like putting the boot one in front of the other, and you're in that darkness. It's hard, but look at that little piece of light at the end of the tunnel and just focus in on it. And with the blinders on, focus in on that one little light and just hear it and shout out and call out for help to the ones that are in your circle, so they can uplift you and bring you through it, because that's what'll get you through it.
Yeah, I love that. That's just beautiful. And that scripture, I tell you, that is such a key thing, is to have that focus on, no matter what, the non-negotiable that you just keep in front of you, because just as you said, we all have challenges. I had a crazy day, and, we have our ups and downs, and life happens to all of us. We're all in this pandemic, whether we ask for it or not. And so it is how we respond to these things. You know, it is the landscape of what we're thinking in our own mindset and the environment that we set for ourselves that can really make the difference.
Right.
So, what parting words of advice would you want to leave with the audience today?
You know, as far as just to keep your head up and know that you're not alone when you're struggling and you're in a hard time, reach out. As far as if you don't know, you've got my website that's right down there. Reach out to me. I've got a gift for the viewers if they want to. You can go onto my website, and I'm providing all of your viewers a free basic wellness and tongue analysis to get healthy, you know, so that they can kind of just learn what basic wellness is if they're just trying to figure out whether it's the mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual, whatever that might be, and just allow me to help you to try to just be able to get back on the right track. You know, and it doesn't cost you anything. Just reach out, and that way that I can help you, and to be strong and surround yourself with people that love you and that are uplifting you, because this is you know, we are in hard times right now, and life's not easy. Life is not easy, but it's just a glimpse of what the big picture is. And that's what I would tell people, and just know that you're not alone.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And, you know, I encourage everybody, those of you that are joining us today, to reach out to her. You know, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So if you're finding that, hey, you know, what you've been trying is not working, it used to work, but now it doesn't, reach out, do the things that you can to change your situation. We have to be proactive with that. So I encourage you to reach out to Michele and look at her story, and remember that if it can happen for her, it can happen for you. So we want to thank you guys so much for watching this evening. Remember that you can just leave a comment and let us know any questions you may have, and we can address those at another time if you're watching the replay or something. But take her up on that offer, visiting her website, and just exposing yourself to something different that may have a great aha for you to change the total trajectory of where you're at right now.
Don't wait for the boat to come to you. Reach out, because it's not, you know, you've got to make those first steps to make it better for yourself. So don't wait for somebody to do it for you. You know, that's just be proactive, like you said, take the initiative, and do something for what you've always dreamed of. Take your dreams and make them happen. You know, just bring them into existence. That's my beautiful friend Tiara. That's what she loves saying. And just reach out. Absolutely.
So true. So true. Yeah. So we want to thank you guys for watching tonight so much. We appreciate all your support and everything. And again, reach out to Michele. She's just a phone call or a flip of the fingers away, and she'll be happy to talk to you and get you on the path of what you desire to have happen in your life. So thanks again for watching, guys.
Thanks.
Good night.
God bless you.
Good night.